All right, I'm using the honey background for this. I don't know if it fits or not, but we're going to talk about Bumble. So if you didn't hear, there was a lot going on about how Bumble had changed women having to kind of engage first, swipe first, had to change because women were saying it was too hard. Turns out that's not true. There were a lot of content creators saying that was the case. What turns out to have actually happened, you can go source this out, and what has been found out, a number of content creators have talked about this, is that the men were complaining they weren't getting the views or the attention they thought they should. So there was some legal stuff that took place that forced Bumble to change that. So I don't support that. I think it should have stayed the way it was. If you didn't like that man on that platform, should have gone someplace else. But oh well, it's the world we're in. It's probably something in the terms of service that dictated that it had to be changed. Who knows? Maybe they used that and said, well, I could never said it was going to be this way, but men are big crybabies when it comes to this stuff. Now, I'm going to use that as a jumping off point here to say that I would support something that I think would be interesting because I would like to see a change. I think for 1 year, just we'd pick a year, be it 2025, whatever, where the roles are reversed completely. Ladies are going to love this part, maybe. Completely, right? Women get to be more aggressive towards men. Women get to do things like men do. That's everything. So get your special belts on, ladies, with the extra attachment because nothing's off limits. You can go after men. It should be allowed, and I think that regardless of whether women get caught or not, that every court should have to have the same standard that women are put under. If a man claims that a woman cornered him someplace and used their special belt on him, I'm saying that because I don't know what they're going to allow here, but use the special belt on him, the court should then first have the procedure of asking the man, are you sure that's what actually happened? Are you sure that's what took place? Are you sure you're not misremembering it? I think that's how it should be treated. Do that for a year. I think we'll see things change. And I know there's risk. It'd be like, well, what if the men fight back? Okay, well, they're going to. So women need to appropriately arm themselves and be prepared for that. And any crime where a man says that he tried to defend himself, he's immediately guilty at that point because he couldn't prove it. There was no evidence she was trying to attack him. There was no evidence she was trying to go after him. Just saying that's what it should be. We try it for a year and see if that doesn't help because the current way we're doing things isn't working. But put some real fear into men and see what there is. There'd be so many other changes I'd want to have in that as well. But yeah, for a year. And I know I'd put myself at risk. I don't care because I understand that if it's a necessary risk, I'm willing to support that. And if men are going to sit there and say, well, you'd be attacked too, well, then I guess you understand the plight of women who are saying, when men say it's not all, when women say it's not all men or men say it's not all men, it's like that tongue tied there, how ridiculous you sound. They're like, but it's not me. It's like, it doesn't matter. All those women are still at risk, regardless if it's you or not. And you've probably done things you're not even aware of that were dangerous that you didn't even think about. So, food for thought, guys. Let me know what you think. Ladies, what would you implement? And men, do you see a possible problem with this? Can't wait to see the comments on this one. So, let me know what you think.